How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you back to another week of Pitt Panthers football. The Panthers coming off 3 straight victories, albeit in very unconvincing fashion, look to finally take their show on the road as we are here in sunny Southern California for a showdown with the UCLA Bruins at the Rose Bowl. Of course, you remember last season when the Panthers took on UCLA. Of course, it went down to the final minute, the Panthers completing a dramatic double-digit comeback over the Bruins, scoring a touchdown in the final 25 seconds of the game with Keith Onyango, and then making an interception on the final play to clinch the victory. But we are underway here in LA, Pasadena to be specific, as UCLA and Chris Sanders take the ball out on the return. Sanders, of course, the impact running back for the Bruins. Last year, Dwayne Meadows, the Bruins running back, ran for over 200 yards against this Panther defense in an offensive explosion, 1,100 plus total yards of offense between the two sides as the Panthers came out with the 38-37 victory. However, Ayaz Durbin, the new signal caller for the Bruins, inexperienced to say the least, but he finds Rashad Hall for a 22-yard pass to give UCLA an early first down. And we can see offensively, you got Wright and Sanders, two very, very talented players for the Bruins who are really going to try and have their way with this Pitt defense that struggled a bit last week against Florida State, giving up 29 points. But that's a great defensive play there by Scott Whaley. He jumps the route there and knocks that pass away. Second down now for the Bruins. Durbin back to pass here from the shotgun. Panthers bring some pressure. That's Jalen Hills off of the edge. And Durbin able to get the ball away. It falls haplessly for an incomplete pass, causing third down now, and they choose to go with the draw. It's going to be Sanders. He goes through one tackler. Matt Emery takes a bad route to the ball, and Mac McAlevey eventually drags Sanders down, but not before he rumbles for a Bruin first down. They go for the screen this time, and Justin Wright has nowhere to go. Loss of 3 as he's leveled by Panthers senior captain, outside linebacker, Adarion Mitchell. Third and long now for the Bruins. Durbin back to pass. Panthers only rush 4. Plenty of time to throw. He's got Wright over the middle, and he's going to fall forward for the 13-yard grab. Wright, really talented receiver, fantastic player for the Bruins. Off to a slow start this season, just 3 catches coming into the game, but he's got 2 here on the opening drive. Another third and long, though, for the Bruins as the Panthers defense tries to put up a stand. Durbin back to pass, only a 4-man rush. Again, he has time to throw, but he's into double coverage, and it's Cedric Granger, the safety, with the interception. Great job by the Panthers just covering downfield receiver for the Bruins. Durbin took a shot at the end zone, and the Panthers will take the ball away. C.J. Kirk, the Panthers quarterback, will lead their offense here, and he's going to scramble out for a first down on the opening play offensively for the Panthers. Kirk, incredible game against the Bruins last year. It was kind of his coming out party as he took over that starting role from then senior signal caller A.C. Reese, who's now with the Cincinnati Bearcats. Kirk, over 400 yards of offense in that game, 3 touchdown passes, though he did throw 3 interceptions as turnovers have been a penchant for him. He's trying to get that out of his game. Finds tight end Christian Klump there for 17 yards and a first down as the Panthers get near midfield. Kirk, though, he's going to keep it himself, this time on a read option. Scrambles forward for about 7 yards before he's dragged down. 2nd and 3. KJ Welsh in motion now. Kirk, though, he's going to hand off on a misdirection the other way to Daenerys Carter, who is the spelling running back behind star Davion Reynolds. Reynolds is going to get the ball this time on 3rd and 1 and pick up the first down. Panthers now to the UCLA 35. 1st and 10. 3 wide set for the Panthers. Reynolds is the sidecar. Kirk, plenty of time to pass. 3-man rush. He's got a man open, and he's got a touchdown. That's KJ Welsh. 35 yards to the house for the Pitt Panthers. Incredible start for an offense that really needed to start putting things together, and that may be the play to do it. Great pass over the middle. He found Welsh, who got behind bump and run coverage, outruns the safety, and all Kirk had to do was put it into his hands to turn that into a Panther touchdown. 7-0 Pitt, and a great start. And the real thing that maligned the Panthers last week and throughout the season so far, they had 7 trips to the red zone against Florida State. They scored 1 touchdown, 4 field goals, One of the trips, to be fair, was at the end of the game. So really 6 trips, but still 1 touchdown, 6 trips to the red zone. Not what you want to see if you're a Panther fan. They just chose, hey, we're not going to even bother going to the end zone on that play. We're just going to go for the deep 35-yard touchdown, and we don't need to worry about how our red zone performance is. But UCLA looking to counter. That's Durbin scrambling out of the pocket for 11 yards, and they're up near midfield. They're going to go with the speed option this time. It's Durbin keeping it, unable to pitch to Sanders as the Panthers cover that well. He'll pick up just 5, 2nd and 5 now. He will hand it to Wright here. That's their number 2 running back, Dustin Wright. He's going to go for 5 yards, pick up the first down for UCLA, keep the chain gang moving as they're getting into Pitt territory here. Back to pass for Durbin. Pitt rushing just 3. They're content to let him look for an area to throw, and it's a great defensive play there. Scott Whaley with another deflection, nearly had an interception, but really good coverage by the Panthers, forcing Durbin to beat them with his arm. He's going to try to do it underneath this time. Finds Marvin Vincent for 4 yards, but the Panthers gang tackle and swarm on him. It's going to force 4th and 3. It's going to be about a 51-yard field goal now for the Bruins. That kick is up, and that kick doinks off the uprights. No good, and the Panthers will stay a touchdown ahead of the Bruins. A little bit of a look around the country here. Duke, 35-31, big win over Boston College. Cameron Thompson-Bell, 3 touchdowns there for the Blue Devils in a surprise victory for what looks to be possibly a formidable Duke squad here this season. Pitt taking the ball over now. It's Davion Reynolds, 4-yard pickup, sets up 2nd down. 3 wide set now for Kirk in the shotgun. A lot of variety out of the play calling for the Panthers this year. Kirk rolls away from pressure now. He's got a man open. That's Davion Reynolds. Big gain for the Panthers there. 19-yard pickup as Kirk floats it over the linebacker and finds his star tailback. Play action now. Kirk sitting in the pocket, and he holds onto it too long. Nothing open downfield. Loss of 7. It's Jacob Babineau, the star outside linebacker, former 5-star recruit out of the state of Louisiana, the junior. He's an unbelievable player, and he makes his presence felt there. Plenty of time for Kirk to throw, but he throws it into traffic there. Toiloa able to deflect it away, and the Panthers will punt and give the ball back to the UCLA Bruins. Play action for Durbin now. Looks out wide left. He's got Marcus Wheeler there with a nice little gain for Markel Wheeler, 21-yard pickup for the Bruins, and they move the ball very well. They've kind of had similar offenses here, has UCLA and Pitt so far. A little bit of play action pass, a little bit of option running while having some traditional motion, things of that nature. Panthers definitely have made that a focal point of their offense this year, but Durbin and the Bruins have been doing it as well. That's Rashad Hall out wide, 18-yard pickup for UCLA, who's finding success outside the hash marks with the passing game near the sideline, and there's another one to Wheeler. That's going to be an 18-yard pickup for the Bruins, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Your Pitt Panthers leading the UCLA Bruins 7-0 with the Bruins driving here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. Second quarter underway now. UCLA within touching distance of the Heinz red zone here as Durbin goes for an option. No option to pitch it there as Mac McAlevey, the Panther defensive end, was on him too quick. And it's going to set up 2nd and 14. Heavy motion, Durbin, play action. He's got a man open, and that's going to be a touchdown. That's Ben Doyle, 29 yards to the house. Incredible play design for the Bruins right there. They ran the play action with everyone shifting to the left. The Panthers clearly jumped on that, and Doyle just kind of snuck out unprotected, gets behind the Panthers zone coverage, and he's wide open for the touchdown. UCLA levels the score at 7. DeAnthony Hamilton back to return the kick for the Panthers from his own end zone. Gets some good blocking. Tries to get up the sideline, but the speedster nowhere to go, and Pitt will start from inside their own 20. Kirk, play action to Reynolds. He's going to roll out to his left. Plenty of open space. He's going to look for a receiver, and eventually he's just going to decide to hold on to it. Kirk, 9-yard pickup, smartly gets out of bounds while taking a little bit of contact there. Sino Rogers motions into the backfield. It's an option. Kirk tries to pitch it, and he turns it over. The turnover issues still plaguing C.J. Kirk. That's just a bad decision all around. The Bruins had the pitch covered, and yet Kirk still tried to throw it through a needle's edge to Sino Rogers, through the eye of a needle, I should say, and Rogers unable to find the ball. It gets knocked to the turf, and UCLA takes over in incredible field position. Third down, though. Panthers looking to come up with a big stop. Durbin back to pass, finds an open receiver, and he can't hang on to it. Vincent greased his fingers, forgot to put the stickum on, and UCLA going to have to settle for a long field goal try here, about 47 yards. That kick is up. That kick is good, and so the Bruins do take the lead. 3 points off the Panther turnover, but they minimize the damage and look to turn this offense back around here after a couple subpar drives. Reynolds up the middle, short carry. He hasn't had much room to run, just 10 yards on 5 carries to open the game so far. 2nd and 8 here. Kirk dumps it off on the screen. Great blocking for Davion. He's found some route to left. Great little step back to make a defender miss. 17-yard pickup for the Panther super sophomore. The sophomore to sophomore connection is big there from Kirk to Reynolds. Play action fake. Kirk's going to roll out to his right. Designed rollout there. Not a lot of room to expand on the offense there. Christian Klump goes for just a single yard. He's going to set up 3rd and long for the Panthers. 5 wide set. Kirk back to pass. Rolls out to his left as the Bruins bring all the pressure up the middle, and that's going to give Kirk all the room he needs to scramble away from pressure and find first down yardage. They go with the jet sweep. It's Ceno Rogers, whose name we really haven't called at all today. The redshirt freshman with an explosive first 3 games to his career in a Panther uniform. Takes the handoff there for 5. Reynolds now finds a nice hole up the middle. Big crease created by the offensive line. That's his first big gainer on the ground. 10-yard pickup moves the sticks for the Panthers. They go right back, feeding Reynolds again. He sheds a couple of tacklers, showing some incredible strength for his size there, and he picks up a modest 4-yard gain, but very impressive from a physical standpoint. Kirk back to pass. He's got Keith Onyango coming over the middle. That's Onyango, who was the hero, of course, of the Panthers' victory over UCLA last season with the game-winning touchdown. Kirk skips it out wide. That's Davion Reynolds. He could have waltzed into the end zone untouched, but he loses his footing, picks up just 5, sets up 2nd down. They go right back to Reynolds. He sheds 1 tackler, keeps fighting forward, and that's a first down pickup. Reynolds earning his yards on this drive so far. Onyango in motion. Back to Reynolds again, and he's going to go untouched into the end zone. 3-yard pickup, and that is that dude Davion. This is his drive. Huge performance from Reynolds on that possession for the Panthers as they retake the lead thanks to some really, really inspired running by Davion Reynolds. 14-10 now for Pitt. UCLA looking to get their offense back on track. They're going to go to Sanders. That's probably a smart move. He's found a lot of running room here for UCLA early and often. So that is Chris Sanders with a 13-yard pickup. They go with the draw to him this time, and the Panthers read it quickly. Mac McAlevey, who I feel like has been all over the field so far today. 5 tackles, 3 for a loss in just the first half. He's had a very, very solid performance. Durbin does find Wheeler over the middle. Brian Youngling and Matt Emery combined to make the tackle there. UCLA up to 163 passing yards here in the first half, but just 10 points. The Panthers looking to try and limit the damage here, and they can give up yards, but can they keep UCLA off the score sheet? And that's a great job there. The Panthers, nice tackle, and also going to get aided by a clipping foul. Marcus Bird, the left guard, 15-yard penalty for UCLA, and they are going to be well behind the chains now, looking to pick up this first down here late in the first half. And it's Durbin, nowhere to throw. He sent all his receivers deep, nobody open, and the Panthers pick up the coverage sack there. I think that was Jalen Hills ending up bringing down the quarterback. Durbin goes to Sanders here on the draw. He's going to find a little bit of room to run, but, 31 yards behind the chains. It's going to be hard to pick up this first down. 3rd and 22 now for UCLA. Durbin back to pass. Panthers bring pressure up the middle. He looks to the sideline, and it should have been intercepted. Jordan Murphy Jr., the true freshman out of Maryland, knocking the football away. Hamilton now on the punt return. He's got plenty of room to run. The punter coming at him and pushes him towards the sideline, enables UCLA to make the stop, but 27-yard pickup for the Panthers with just 1:18 to play. That's huge to have such good field position. And Kirk, he's got him in over the top. That's Ceno Rogers, the first big play from the Ohio speedster, as Kirk finds him over the top and picks up 33 yards. Pitt inside UCLA territory now, nearly knocked away. That's Mikel Tolbert with great coverage on the outside there. Kirk falls incomplete. 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers. KJ Welch going in motion, runs behind the formation. Play action here for Kirk. Plenty of pressure over the middle, and he can't find balls behind Ceno Rogers. Honestly, if he throws it directly to Rogers, that's right into coverage. The linebacker's sitting right there, probably intercepted. So the Panthers get a bit lucky, and Johnny Midday comes out and makes the field goal. 17-10 now. Panthers, as we look around the ACC, undefeated North Carolina leading Wake Forest 14-0 as well. That's a game certainly to circle much later on the Panthers schedule. I believe that's their 10th game of the season, so long way until we reach that one. But UCLA, a little bit of time left here, 40 seconds still to play in the second quarter. Durbin back to pass, four-man rush for the Panthers. He goes for the deep ball. It's double coverage, and that's knocked away. That is Cedric Granger, already one interception today. He knocks that football down, nearly had his second. Durbin get back to the area where he's had some success. That's Marvin Vincent for 14 yards. UCLA into Pitt territory, just under 30 seconds to play. Durbin to the sideline, and it's nearly intercepted. That's a Darion Mitchell, the outside linebacker, gets his hands on that one. The Panthers with hands to the football on nearly every throw that Durbin has. Very well contested coverage here. That's Deuce Holland laying the wood on Chris Sanders. 5-yard pickup, and the clock's going to continue to run. UCLA with just one timeout left, and they find Rashad Hall over the middle. They're going to get into field goal range here. The clock continues to run, though. UCLA saving that timeout for some reason. Durbin back to pass. Plenty of time. Looks out wide. It's going to go to Vincent, but the clock's going to run out. Horrible clock management by Chip Kelly and the Bruins, and the Panthers will get into halftime with a 7-point lead. UCLA should have been able to get at least a field goal out of that possession, but they just didn't use the timeout in a timely fashion. So 267 yards of offense for the Bruins in the first half, and yet just 10 points to show for it. The Panthers moved the ball well as well, over 200 yards themselves, and they do have 17 points. So very impressive offensive performances by two schools that, like we mentioned last year when these teams met, really put points and yardage on the board. So we get into the second half now. The Panthers with the football looking to extend their advantage, and it's going to be C.J. Kirk handing off to Davion Reynolds right up the middle, and a good solid 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2 now. Two halfbacks in the backfield, and it's going to be Daenerys Carter to take the handoff. Reynolds there as well, but Carter picks up 4 and moves the sticks for the Panthers. Same formation here. Fake the play. It's going to be an option this time. It's going to go to Reynolds, so the triple option. What's great about that, you can see some wrinkles to the offense that the Panthers have now. Same formation, but they can run a completely different play, completely different direction, but it looks almost the same, and it really gets the defense off balance, and it's a great job to move the ball by the Panthers, and it sets up this touchdown pass to KJ Welch. He is off to the races, and another touchdown for the Panthers junior receiver. Kirk finds him on a deep ball yet again, and the Panthers have blown this game wide open to start the third quarter. Wonderful play design. KJ Welch is wide open, and all Kirk had to do was hit him, puts it in stride for him, and it's a beautiful touchdown for the Panthers. So UCLA on offense now, they're going to hand it off to Chris Sanders, try and get him going here. Nice tackle out on the edge by Granger, and you can see Matt Wright now patrolling the deep part of the field for the Panthers. Matt Emery, the Panthers starting senior safety, is going to be out for the rest of this game with a concussion, which means the freshman, number 3 safety recruit in the country, the Panthers got him in a heated battle with these UCLA Bruins, incredibly. He chose the Panthers, did the freshman out of South Carolina, and now he's in the game for the Panthers against the UCLA Bruins, and the Panthers are playing takeaway here. That's going to be Malachi Bordeaux picking up the football. Ayaz Durbin was off to the races, had a ton of green in front of him, but as soon as he ran into Pitt defenders, they were able to jar the football loose. That Cedric Granger already has one takeaway today with an interception. Now he forces a fumble, and Malachi Bordeaux, senior defensive captain, defensive tackle, Johnny on the spot, and the Panthers play takeaway and will have the football in their own half of the field. Davion Reynolds now gets a give right up the middle, and he goes straight up the gut. 13-yard pickup for the first down. Rogers in motion now into the backfield for the Panthers, and he's going to get the football. Will the fantastic freshman Cino Rogers, 7-yard gain there from out wide with the handoff under center pretty much. And now it's Davion Reynolds. The Panthers looking to just run this ball down UCLA's throat and possibly set up the passing game because they have been passing very, very well today. Kirk with 2 deep bombs for touchdowns now. It's going to be Daenerys Carter taking it off tackle and going out wide for 7 yards, and it's just ground and pound right now for the Panthers to try and pick up all these yards now. It's Reynolds on the counter. He finds space out to the left-hand side, 5 yards, and a first down for Pitt. They send Rogers in motion. He's going to go into the backfield. It's going to be a triple option here. Bad pitch by Kirk, though, and Rogers, does the good job and falls on it. Also sees Daenerys Carter come up a little bit gimpy, so he'll go out of the game. Colin Wells will spell him. Kirk's going to roll out wide. He has Wells there on a short pass, but instead he decides to keep it, and he finds open space, 14 yards and a first down. CJ Kirk makes the smart decision that time. Play action here as Welsh goes in motion. They look for him this time, but the Bruins do a good job covering that up and coming over and making the deflection as they try to find Welsh for a third time on a deep ball. Kirk back to pass here, looks out towards the sideline. There's just too many players over there. 3 Panthers all ran into the same area of the field. They were all covered by Bruins, and Kirk couldn't find anybody there, which means Johnny Madej is going to come out and kicks that right down the middle to push the Panthers' advantage to 3 possessions, 17 points now. North Carolina continuing to outlast Wake Forest. Kimbrough, 2 touchdowns and 160 yards for the transfer quarterback for the Tar Heels here. It's going to be Sanders on the return. He finds space up the left sideline. Very nice gain for the Bruins running back. Great field position now as they're at the Pitt, or their own 41-yard line to start this drive. Durbin, plenty of time back to pass, nearly intercepted. I think that was Brian Youngling or maybe Deuce Holland coming up to knock the ball away, but instead UCLA turns into a big gain and gets on the plus side of the field now. It's going to be Dustin Wright trying to go off tackle. He's swarmed by Pitt defenders, and Talik Bridges is going to be the man to bring him down. The former JUCO product gets his first tackle of the day. Durbin back to pass, looks over the middle, it's knocked away. Deuce Holland, he's played a big role here today. He's kind of the Panthers' number 4 unofficial linebacker, unofficial starter, and he does a good job knocking that away. UCLA forced a punt. Triple option again for the Panthers now, but nowhere for Davion Reynolds to go. Maybe a yard, if that. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Panthers. They go 5 wide set. Kirk in the shotgun. Short rush by UCLA. He's got a man out wide. That's Nash Jackson. He dances away from 2 defenders, fights off a tackler, and it's a huge gain for the Panthers. But let's see what this flag is. Holding on the Pitt Panthers. KJ Welsh is going to bring that back. It's going to be 1st and 10, but on their own 44, so it takes away a little bit of that big gain for the Panthers. They're going to go option here. Davion Reynolds, nowhere to go. Loss of 4. UCLA looking like they're getting a little bit wise to that option pitch by the Panthers here and do a good job shutting it down a couple times on this drive. Kirk, though, on play action, nowhere to go. He just runs backwards into the sack, which really just compounds it. Lenny Toaloa with a great drive here. That's 2 straight tackles by him that amounts for 15 yards of loss for the Panthers. So this is 3rd and a mile now. Kirk looking for a man, but he might have that mile. It's Nash Jackson again. He says, you know what? We tried it once. Let's do it again. Nash Jackson on a huge gain, 59 yards, and out of nothing, the Panthers pick up a first down, and they're in the red zone. Kirk looks wide. He's got a screen. It's going to be Cino Rogers. Can he find the edge there? He's not able to do so. Can't get a block. And so we'll head to the end of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers on the verge of possibly putting this game away with a touchdown here, driving in UCLA territory. Start of the 4th quarter. Pitt deep in UCLA territory. It's going to be Kirk, play action to Reynolds. He rolls out, tries to get away from pressure, and smartly throws that football away. But we do have a flag on the play, and it's going to be roughing the passer against UCLA. And just like that, a first down for the Panthers. Ryan Kayana, the man flagged on the play. On Yango in motion now. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Kirk pitches it out to Davion Reynolds. It looks like he was in the end zone, but instead they're going to roll him just short. UCLA able to make the stop there. Interesting play call by the Panthers. Really like that one. Kirk's going to keep it himself this time, and UCLA gives him no room to run. Loss of a yard 3rd and goal for the Panthers now. It's going to be Colin Wells in motion as they go Wildcat. Davion Reynolds was going to throw it, but UCLA shuts him down. Loss of 4 yards, so 4th and goal now. Johnny Midday back out on the field for the Panthers, and he finds the uprights once again, pushing the lead to 30-10 for the Panthers. But a bit disappointing there, having some opportunities right from the 1-yard line and unable to punch it in are the Panthers. UCLA 20 points down, needing to quickly get down the field and get some offense here. They try a screen, and Malachi Bordeaux swallows that one up in the backfield. Already recovered a fumble today. There's a big stop by one of the Panthers' defensive leaders. Play action. They fake the screen. Does Durbin. Looks for a deep ball. The Panthers have it covered up, and they come in. Jalen Hill's going to bring him down for a sack, but we got a personal foul, a face mask called on the Panthers defender who brought down the quarterback, and that's going to gift UCLA a first down rather than a huge loss of yardage. Durbin back to pass. He has time. He's looking out to the sideline, and Cedric Granger with another deflection. He's been a man on a mission today. Forced a fumble, a pick, 2 deflections. The senior safety having an incredible performance after he's been moved to safety. He started his career at the nickel and dime corner positions now, and at safety he is really flourishing for the Panthers. Huge hit there. Deuce Holland with an incredible hit, and UCLA going to be forced to go for it on 4th down now. What a tackle by Holland to jar that football loose, and Wheeler's not going to be able to pick it up. That's Matt Wright coming forward from his safety position and showing off one of the reasons why he was such a highly recruited prospect. Big tackle, and the Panthers take over in UCLA territory. So some unbelievable defensive plays in a game that the Panthers may be able to put away here as Kirk rolls out to his right. He's going to scramble for first down yards, but he gives the ball right back to the Bruins. Max Hines is going to come away with the football. C.J. Kirk couldn't hold on to it after scrambling for first down yardage. So the defense is here making some splash plays for both teams to try and keep their teams in the contest here. Durbin back to pass on 2nd and long. He's got time to throw. Looks deep. Right knocks it down. Great deflection there by the Panthers freshman safety. Really nice play. He's had a good performance here in relief of injured starter Matt Emery. They go out wide, just overthrown there. Good coverage by Damian Vector, the Panthers lockdown corner, and UCLA is going to give it right back to the Panthers here with a punt. Davion Reynolds now 8 yards on the gainer there for the Panthers. 3rd and 3 now. Kirk back to pass. He's got time over the middle. That's Nash Jackson who comes up with a big play right when the Panthers need it. Clump in motion for the Panthers now on 1st down. It's going to be Kirk on the counter. Handoff to Davion Reynolds. Another nice gain for the Panthers starting running back there. Almost to 100 yards, 90 on the day, and a score. 3rd and 5, they go 5 wide now. Kirk, plenty of time to pass. 3-man rush. He tries to scramble away from pressure. The ball's on the ground, and Nash Jackson, the man to hang on to it. 4th and 1 for the Panthers here, and they are going to elect to go for it. Kirk really needs to work on that ball security here in the weeks moving forward. The Panthers look like they're going to escape this one. They will turn it over on downs here, but UCLA going to be deep in their own territory. But moving forward, you got to see C.J. Kirk protecting the football. We love his ability to extend plays with his feet. He's got a cannon of an arm. He creates so many plays for the Panthers, but he's got to hold on to the football. That's 2 fumbles now. He's lucky he didn't lose the second one there. And he, of course, has some interception issues that have plagued him as well. But really impressive job drop there out wide for UCLA. But Deuce Holland has been a man on a mission. Some really nice jobs jarring the football loose that we saw on that drive as well from him defensively. Davion Reynolds now, great handoff up the middle after he was stopped on 4th down on the Panthers last drive, nearing that 100-yard plateau. Looks like the Panthers might try to get him there. It's Kirk going to keep it himself there on the read option. He's got plenty of room to this outside, and he's going down the sideline, pushed out of bounds after a 24-yard pickup. Again, you'd like to see him go out of bounds there to not risk a hit and losing the football, but big pickup there for the Panthers quarterback. Shotgun look now. Kirk hands off to Reynolds. He's got a great spin move into space. Could he go for the end zone? And he will. Touchdown. Davion Reynolds, 27 yards. There is the century mark, and that is the exclamation mark on what should be a victory for the Pitt Panthers here today. puts the defender in the spin cycle and finds pay dirt for the Panthers. And that's going to wrap things up here. A 37-10 win for the Panthers. 124 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground for Reynolds, 44 yards receiving as well. A great game that maybe gets the Heisman campaign rolling for that dude Davion, but a huge victory for the Panthers. The defense, especially in the second half, was incredible. You know, they got torched through the air to start the game, but really locked things down in the second half. 2 players to really have an honorable mention that you don't hear a ton of. Deuce Holland from the linebacker position. Of course, Matt Wright in his first real extended action for the Panthers as a true freshman, coming in for the injured Matt Emery, having great performances. Cedric Granger, of course, was all over the field and really a ball hawk out there from the safety position for the Panthers. Whaley had some deflections early on, and it was just a great, complete performance from the Panthers to get them a big victory. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you very soon. Hail to Pitt. Take care. Bye-bye.